Going to be on the rise. We'll show you more on that in First Alert Weather Extra. Plus,
and there is so much magic out here at the Magic of Lights at Alabama Adventure. We're talking about how you can make the most of this event and when to take free photos with Santa coming up in just a few minutes.
and speaking of lights, why tonight could be quite a night for the Aurora Borealis across the U.S. and why the Northern Lights could be seen tonight in more than a dozen states.
Live on your side, First Alert Weather Extra starts right now.
And we start right now with a look at temperatures across the state of Alabama. Hamilton at 41, Coleman 41 degrees, 37 right now at Gadsden. You go further south, Talladega even down to 39, Pell City 37, 40 Hoover, 44 Centerville, 45 Tuscaloosa. Maybe you're about to head out. We got a Christmas parade in Homewood. We got the lots of lights to check out around the area. Maybe some shopping this evening. Just bundle up out there. I know it's not freezing temperatures at the moment, but it's plenty cold, and the wind speed's going to pick up out of the southwest tonight, so that's going to add a bit of a chill as well. But tomorrow morning, how cold does it get? Do you need to be worried about dripping the faucets tonight? There's a chance we could touch freezing far north and east briefly, but the temperatures are going to level off because that wind speed will actually help to keep most of us above freezing overnight. It's going to become windy because if we back the view out, notice to the north there's another cold front, and it is going to race southeast overnight and throughout the day tomorrow. No rain with this front, though. It's a clipper system. It's going to move through here tomorrow night into the morning hours on Thursday. It's going to bring a reinforcing surge of dry air. We might see a few clouds tomorrow, but look at these forecast wind gusts by 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, gusting up to some of the data here showing 32, 33 miles per hour. I just want to stress these are not sustained winds, but if you did a little leaf cleanup today or over the weekend like me, it looks like we're going to be busy again by the end of this week as these wind speeds pick up again tomorrow. The wind should back off some Thursday, but really not a huge improvement tomorrow afternoon. Again, still quite chilly out there, so you'll want to bundle up again later in the day. Tomorrow, it looks like 7 a.m. Thursday, you see the forecast wind gusts still showing 7 a.m. Thursday around 20 miles per hour around Coleman as that wind again shifts around back from the north direction. And there's going to be some more cold air on the way over the weekend. I got to show you this. Looking ahead towards the 14th and 15th, this is into Monday and next week. Look at some of these temperatures and the wind chills across the country to the north. It looks like we're going to be tracking another surge of Arctic air over the weekend and into early next week. At one point, it looked like it was headed straight in our direction, but you can see that the orientation keeps the core coldest air to the north. But we're going to catch some of this. It looks like by Monday morning, we'll see wind chills back in the teens, maybe some 20s out there, but the very shallow, cold, dense Arctic air. We're going to see this just to the north, and sometimes with these setups, I've seen even across Alabama, you can have teens to the north, even 70s down across South Alabama. So there'll be a sharp temperature gradient that's going to go back and forth here. Looks like over the next couple of weeks, we'll need to watch it closely, but I'd certainly plan for the possibility of the next big freeze area wide, several hours below freezing across the area happening by late Sunday and into Monday and next week. But tonight it's more of a light freeze, mostly north and east. Windy tomorrow. Again, there will be a little bit of sun in the mix tomorrow. I know that really helped to brighten the day with a little bit of sunshine. We've been so gloomy and in the clouds out there. Even though it was chilly, it was nice to see some sunshine. We'll see some more of that tomorrow as those winds pick up. And then, of course, tracking that weekend cold blast. But I don't often complain too much when it's cooler, when it's more stable this time of the year, because we certainly know how volatile the weather can be during this time of the year. Right now, meteorologist Matt Daniel has a look back at some of the tornadoes that have impacted Jefferson County on this day 2 years ago.
Well, check out this video. This happened 2 years ago, back around the night of December 9th and into the early morning hours of December 10th of 2023. We had a line of storms sweep through central Alabama, producing damaging winds. And yes, we produced some isolated tornadoes as well. December can be very interesting around here. Yesterday we were talking about snow. On this day, we're talking about severe weather. So we had widespread wind damage, especially in the Birmingham metro area. We had winds gusting up to 60 to 70 miles per hour. We had two brief tornadoes in Jefferson County. One was an EF1 in the Homewood area, and another one was an EF1 in the Brookwood Village location. We also had an EF0 tornado in Barber and Henry counties as well, and one EF0 tornado in Lee County. So yep, sometimes you get these high energy events, not a lot of unstable air to work with, but enough wind energy to produce damaging winds and sometimes an isolated tornado. So let's talk about climatology when it comes to severe weather here in the month of December. And this is just an average from 2000 to 2024, showing the average numbers of tornadoes per state. And notice Mississippi is the winner, I guess, or you could say the loser when it comes to seeing the most tornadoes in the month of December. But Alabama's not too far behind. 5 is on average, 6 in Texas, and you don't really see much as you go up towards North Carolina. So let's talk about a little bit about some interesting facts about December tornadoes in Alabama. Well, the most tornadoes we've ever seen recorded in the month of December actually happened back in 2024. Yeah, last year, 30 of them. And one of the worst December tornadoes we can recall is back on December 16th, 2000. You may recall that, the F4 tornado in Tuscaloosa. 11 people died from that storm and 144 were injured. And on top of that, the last tornado outbreak, like I just mentioned, happened last year, towards the end of the year, December 28th through the 29th, back in 2024. So let's show you about the climatology per month. As you know, we're starting to enter the peak of the tornado season. So it just kind of started in November. December, we average about 208 tornadoes between 1925 and 2025. That's how much we've actually seen. And then as you go into January and February, we have a decent amount, and in March and April, that's when it really peaks as we get into the spring season. You get all the heat, the humidity, and lots of wind energy as these systems sweep through, and that helps produce severe weather. So December can be wild with cold days, snow, and yes, even the threat for stormy weather. But thankfully, we're not seeing anything like that over the next several days.
And checking out First Alert Sky Vision right now in Bessemer, 44 degrees, winds out of the south at 3 miles per hour. So not super gusty at the moment. That wind speed, as I mentioned, that is going to pick up later on tonight. Jacksonville State University right now showing 40 degrees as well. Just cold out there. It was nice to see a little bit of sunshine out there today. If we look at the sky conditions tomorrow, I still think a few clouds may move in from the northwest by lunchtime. Other than that, I mean, there will still be some sunny weather in the mix. Highs right there, upper 50s. We may touch 60 in a few spots later in the day, but again, that wind generally out of the southwest at 10 to 15. Some higher gusts, though, could be as high as 25, 30 miles per hour. Not all day, but by late morning, certainly those winds could pick up quite a bit. So just make sure everything's well secure as the wind speeds pick up. Should lessen some on Thursday. Another cold front on the way, and we'll show you what kind of impact that will have on temperatures coming up. But it's no secret, we love Christmas lights here in Weather Extra or on Weather Extra. You still have a chance to see a beautiful drive-through display at Alabama Adventure. And right now we go to meteorologist Tania Michelle. Tania, you've been live. It looks like you're having a lot of fun. Had you a nice little warm, was a hot chocolate there, and staying nice and cozy and enjoying the Christmas lights. You know, it's got to be a little cool for Christmas lights, right?
Oh yeah, listen, it is cold out here, but a cup of hot cocoa is all you need, and you can get it right here at Magical Lights at Alabama Adventure after you drive through the light show. But I'm no expert on this light show. I have the expert with me. This is Alex Ramsey, the marketing manager here at Alabama Adventure. Tell us about the light show, and then tell us all the extras that come with people that come to visit.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about. I mean, over 2 million lights, 12 miles of light strand. We've got 32-foot tall Bigfoot the monster truck, 32-foot tall Barbie, all in lights. I mean, there's so many cool things. If your kids love dinosaurs, we've got a dinosaur section. We've got a toy section. I mean, there's just so many different lights and stuff. And after you drive through the over mile-long route, then you can step on out to where we are right now, which is Main Street. We've got a nice hot fire right here. You can get some hot chocolate, and we're doing season passes just for Magic of Lights as well. So if you're planning on coming more than once, you can get your Magic of Lights season pass. And while you're at it, you can also get your Alabama Adventure season pass for this summer. We're running we call it our Santa special, so a little bit of a discount on our summer passes. And yeah, there's just so much to do. Free photos with Santa Thursday through Sunday.
And that starts this Thursday.
And that's this Thursday, yeah, and that'll run all the way up through Christmas. So get your free photos with Santa while you can. He's a little busy this time of year, so we can only book him Thursday through Sunday, but he'll be around, and it's a great time to be with family, roast some s'mores. I mean, so much to do, so much happening.
I agree, and I think we should give them a really quick sneak peek at some of the amazing photo ops here on Main Street. Take a look at, for one, we have the fire pit where you can roast some s'mores, and then if you look right here, we've got large blow-ups. I say we because I feel like I'm a part of the Alabama Adventure family now. Santa, snowmen, we've got the Grinch, and all kinds of cool things out here for you to enjoy. Great memories to create with your family, and I definitely think this is just a great way to get into the holiday spirit. And you, like you said, you can get the season pass and you can come more than once.
Yeah, and as a family-owned park, this is where we thrive, is making those family memories that will last a lifetime. You know, I mean, how many kids got to grow up coming to this park during the summer, having a great time in the water park, having fun in the amusement park, and now you get to make those family memories right here during Christmas. It's such a great time for families.
I certainly agree, Alex. Well, thank you so much. You heard it right here. I'm live out at the Magic of Lights at Alabama Adventure. Meteorologist Tania Michelle, WBRC 6 News, on your side.
Explore the wonders of weather with Weather in the Classroom. Scan the QR code now to help your kids soar to new heights with Soar with 6.
It is picture time here on Weather Extra, and you can scan the QR code or just do a download if you don't have the First Alert Weather app. It's a handy-dandy tool. I'll show this again for you right after I show the pictures. If you want to send in some photos, you can scan the QR code or do an app search for WBRC First Alert. Let's get into it. Look at this sunset, a beautiful sunset. Let me get out of the way. That's a gorgeous sunset from David Lieberman or Lieberman. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but absolutely gorgeous. So thank you very much for sending that in. Man, that's a good looking winter sunset. Speaking of winter, Lucy Forrest sent this in. She's either visiting Virginia or lives there, but she wanted to submit this photo. And they've been dealing with some snow up to the north of us. And what a great looking view. This pasture setting. They've got their Christmas decorations out. It says Merry Christmas. And man, that looks like Christmas, doesn't it? We've got the sunshine starting to shine on through after a snowy night last night. So just a beautiful day. Look at this. We've got some Christmas decorations starting to show up. By the way, if you want to send in your Christmas decorations, we can show those too here on Weather Extra. This is with the McKee family in McCalla, Alabama. And we've got the wise men and the shepherds there and the reason for the season, the baby Jesus there in the manger with Mary and Joseph. So thank you very much, McKees, for sending that in. Got one more here. This is Terry McKee sent this in. This is the lake at Grace Life Baptist Church. You got the church there and beautiful water there. I guess it makes sense there. Right there on the lake there at the Baptist Church, got the Star of David on top of the tree. All right, if you want to send in your pictures, again, there's the QR code. You can scan that, open up your camera settings, or an app search for WBRC First Alert, and you can be a part of Weather Extra.
Well, the National Weather Service is working to hire back hundreds of positions laid off or otherwise cut by the Trump administration. Only about 80 job offers have been accepted for meteorologists, hydrologists, and other specialized staff. The agency received permission in late July to add a total of 450 people. That came after roughly 550 positions were cut by the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, earlier this year. The decision to authorize new hires follows concerns from lawmakers and citizens about how National Weather Service cuts would impact public safety. And right now, a very strong geomagnetic storm watch is actually in effect at this point. And this is for tonight. Scientists say some solar activity might make the northern lights incredibly more active and visible in 15 states. That unfortunately does not include Alabama this go around, but states with the best chance of viewing the auroras, of course, include Alaska, but Idaho, Maine, Michigan, New York, Washington, Wisconsin, and the Dakotas. Tonight's aurora is possible due to a recent coronal mass ejection, CME for short, from the sun, which is impacting the Earth tonight. Well, California Fire is reviewing how it handled a massive surprise fire event back in September. More than 150 fires, all starting within a 2-day period because of lightning. One of those fires heavily damaged the historic gold rush town of Chinese Camp, California. And that's where Brady Halblieb has that story.
It was almost like the wrath of God was coming down.
26,000 lightning strikes in just 2 days, sparking 157 fires across California. That's what firefighters were faced in early September when a fast-moving fire burned through homes, including the town of Chinese Camp in Tuolumne County. Now, more than 3 months later, CAL FIRE is laying out a detailed timeline of what happened and their response.
The fire hit hard.
The day before the fires, the National Weather Service warned of valley heat, dry fuels, and a slight chance of thunderstorms. Fires started popping up across Tuolumne, Calaveras, San Joaquin, and Stanislaus counties in different fuel types and terrain, making it nearly impossible to attack them all at once.
The thing that really struck, I think, a lot of people was the volume of lightning strikes, the volume of resources that were involved up and down the Central Valley.
The most notable, the 6.5 fire and the 2.7 Murphy's fire both started around the same time and spread quickly. The 6.5 fire alone grew to more than 7,000 acres and at one point was labeled no divert, meaning aircraft could not be used. One volunteer fire captain in Chinese camp spent 40 straight hours on a water tender, battling flames and heavy smoke.
When I was driving through there, I couldn't see the road. It was so intense.
CAL FIRE says they faced a number of challenges: limited resources, rapid fire near homes, and a second round of thunderstorms, producing erratic and dangerous winds. When asked about what they could have done differently, CAL FIRE said that the weather was an anomaly, but communication could always be improved.
I'm not sure we can plan for a once every 30-year event and have complete success like we've tried to, right? But I would say that all the measures that show on the other fires is to maintain at least what we have to support what you're saying.
All right, some lovely views out there tonight. This is from First Alert Sky Vision at the Commerce One Bank building in downtown Birmingham. It is very dry tonight. It was nice to see a little bit of sunshine out there today. I was just noticing the view down in Oak Grove and Talladega County, currently showing 38 degrees. So it's cold out there, and these temperatures are going to drop off quickly, especially with a calm wind. But as that breeze starts to pick up out of the south again later on tonight, the cooling trend should slow down a bit. I still think there could be some near freezing temperatures, and with dew points around 35, if we get close to 35 with the dew point and we've got calmer winds, that could lead to some fog development. And I was noticing down in Chilton County today, some of you shared some photos with me, and we had some looked like some. Actually, excuse me, let me go back over to our other computer here. Looked like we had some freezing fog there in parts of Chilton County earlier today. AccuTrack satellite and radar at the moment. We got some clouds trying to move into the north, but around here locally it's mostly clear. Next 24, 39 degrees there around 6:30 p.m. So these models, they're lining up fairly closely with what we're seeing right here with the current temperature, seeing those 40s and a lot of upper 30s around the area. Tuesday at 10:30 tonight, you can see around 35 Gadsden, 35 Coleman. So again, model data showing that cooling process does slow down a little bit, but still some low 30s there, 6:30 in the morning, and maybe a few more clouds tomorrow. We just can't get these clouds to go away. We just need at least today we had a mostly sunny sky, but we'll take some more sun tomorrow. I still think some sunny weather is going to mix in. Notice 10 to tomorrow morning, we're still seeing a lot of 40s out there, but maybe a few high clouds streaming through, but no rain expected tomorrow. We stay dry for Wednesday. We stay dry for Thursday, and one thing we are going to be watching here towards the end of the week, the next chance of rain possibly Saturday night and into Sunday. But even though we've had so many clouds, we've had some light rain at times over the past several days, I mean, we still need a little bit of rain to work on that drought. And just looking ahead, it looks very, very dry there Saturday through Sunday. But it will be nice at least to have a little bit of sunshine, brighten things up a bit over the next few days. But even though rain chances also are on the low end for this weekend, there will be some impacts with respect to the winds and temperatures over the next several days. As you look at this extended forecast the next 10 days, there's tomorrow all the way through December 17th and 18th. It looks like late next week there's a system we need to watch in there that could bring some rain, perhaps some storms, but you can see temperatures are all over the place here. I mean, we go all the way up to around 63 on Sunday. We're back down to 23 degrees by Monday morning of next week, and then we're back up to close to 61, 60 degrees with that next system that could bring rain towards the end of next week. Classic December weather. It can really take some big swings here back and forth. So just be ready for quite a few changes and check in for updates as we fine tune the forecast, because these temperatures will go back and forth quite a bit over the next several days. Now, first off, tomorrow, I mentioned there is a cold front on the way. It's not getting a lot of attention because there's not a lot of precipitation with it. But once this moves in tomorrow night, it will drop the temperature slightly, but you'll notice tomorrow, because of this front approaching, the pressure gradient tightens across the region. The wind speeds pick up, could have some gusts 25, 30 miles per hour during the day and into the afternoon. So we'll be tracking that weekend system and more, checking in on some weather photos coming up. And so glad you've been with us tonight. It was great checking in with Tania out at the big light show out in the Bessemer area. If you have a chance to check out some Christmas lights over the next few nights, some nice cool weather to kind of cozy up and head out. You can see those temperatures by tomorrow morning, 34 degrees early in the day. So we're still talking low 30s. It's going to be cold out there early on. We actually, look at this frost earlier today. This was near Isabella there in Chilton County. And this was, it almost looked like a dusting of snow, but Morgan Langston sharing this earlier. She shared it on my Facebook feed. But here's what it looked like this morning in Homewood as we finally saw that sunshine peeking through the cloud cover. What a sight. I mean, it was like you open up the blinds and it was just like, wow, there it is. Thank you, RJ Jones, for sharing. We'll be back tonight at 9. Tania's back.